Oh, what happened? Well, hello everybody. Welcome in. Let me hit the comments. We got Diabolical Debbie in. Yay!
Hello.
So this is we have. Let me fix my screen here because
Hello, Eli.
there. Now we're in order. Oh, hey
Hey,
Eli.
line Deborah.
Okay. So we're going to kind of introduce ourselves, and this is coming out on Ghost Squad Scotland on the group also. So if anybody comes in on that, we'll introduce ourselves. And Drew is my co-host. And Drew, would you like to tell about yourself and your channel and?
Yeah, sure. A lot of you'll know me, but for the people that pops in that don't know me, my name is Drew. I also be called by Andrina. I am a paranormal investigator. I am also a practicing witch. I've got my own channel, which is Drew's Abandoned Paranormal Vlog Scotland. I also go out with Ghost Squad Scotland investigating as well. So we tend to go live over there on our ghost hunts. So definitely check out both links, guys, and just say hi in the comments and join us.
Okay, and then we have our guest, which is Sherry, and she will tell about herself.
Hello. So I'm Sherry. I am also a practicing witch and practicing shaman. I am an investigator of all things strange and unknown. I have a YouTube channel known as PWI Spiritual Investigators, also known as Paranormal World Investigators. So come over and check my channel if you like all of the things strange and unknown. And as Sister said, just comment if you want to join us. And thank you for coming in.
Cool. And I am Rochelle, and I have a playlist with a whole bunch of different kind of things on my channel. I've got my Etsy shop, eBay, Macari. I do workings. I go by all things spiritual. I'm a spiritual being. Sometimes I'll say a holy spiritual being. Um, the holy comes from my sister. She says I should throw that in all the time. and
Mm.
so I've got paintings on my channel, but everything pertains to the spiritual. I've got a magical garden going right now. I do paranormal investigations, just kind of a lot of different things. You'll find something in my playlist. So this is just an open panel today. We're just going to talk about anything and everything. If anybody wants to come in, um, just let us know, and we'll make sure you get the link. Um, anything
I
that
think I think Eli said something about joining us, sis, in the chat.
Do you want to join us,
oh
Eli? You're more than welcome.
oh alrighty. Uh, let me. Oh yeah, I see it. I'll be hanging out with y'all up there soon. Oh, up there soon. Let's see. Okay, so let me get the invite link. Copy.
Yes, Eli.
I
Eli's been on the channel last week and the week before. Well, a couple of weeks before that, he was
okay.
telling us about his near death experience. So definitely check out some of the old live streams that we've done on this channel because we've been deep into it the last couple of times with Eli because it's an interesting to see his perspective in what actually happened. And I do believe that it's useful for us as investigators and
Hey,
as
Christina.
spiritual beings to see the insight that people have when they do cross over and come back. It's interesting, guys.
Christina, the link is in there too, and Eli, the link is in there. Y'all are welcome to catch that link and come up on the panel. Um,
Yeah, join us.
Debbie, you're saying hello to Stephanie. I don't think Stephanie is still here. She just popped in to say she'll have to watch the replay because I think she had
Yeah,
company or something. She
yeah, I
said.
think her mum's there for the week, she was saying.
Yeah, yeah. So if y'all want to catch that link, there it is. So yeah,
Purple
we went.
has a
I went
ball.
on an
I
investigation.
apologise.
Um, I went on. Oh, she says it's thunderstorming there. So I did go on an investigation with my team members, with Coco and Tina. We went to the Sensabaugh Tunnel. Sherry Sensabaugh, that's how you pronounce it, because she was on with Danny and she was like, I don't know how to say that word. Sensabaugh.
The sensible
Sensible.
funnel.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don't
Sensabaugh
start
Tunnel.
squeaking that ball.
It's
Give
supposed
me the ball.
to it's supposed to be like one of the most haunted tunnels in Tennessee or East Tennessee or something. And so we did get some spirits that were trying to communicate with us. And there was a guy, bless his soul, um, he was murdered right in that area, in the ditch, and he came through and said they had found his body. And one of the girls that was with us on my team, she knew him. She had like given him a ride home before and stuff. So it was sad to, to hear that. But it was a good investigation. I still have to go through a lot of it now. And I was telling Sherry off camera, I'm gonna try to keep everything in there as raw as it is, because I'm hard of hearing, and even though I played everything, I'll listen to it again. My hearing isn't that good, and I hear something every now and then. I think I hear something, so I'll leave it in there. That way everybody can comment if they're hearing something or, seeing something. But I kind of feel like if I take certain parts out, that might be the interesting parts that's in there. And, I don't want to, I don't want to take them out. So it probably take me several days to go through it all. Because when I edit stuff on my phone, when I put videos up, it is so easy on the app on my phone. But on the computer, it's supposed to be an easy app, and for me, which I'm not tech savvy, it is not easy at all. So it takes me a good while. Sherry, are you seeing something behind you?
Aura just thought she'd
Oh,
stick her head right next to me to see you both. And I was just like, yeah,
Hello,
okay.
Aura.
Because she's hot today and I don't want to get any hotter. So it's just like, yeah, there you go.
oh, okay. So welcome in, also Iron, and I had missed somebody up. I'm scrolling up to see
Stevie,
There
I
was
think
Luna,
it's
Stevie
right.
in there.
Luna
Yeah, man.
Tide,
Stevie came in.
Lunar
Lunar
Tide.
Tide.
Oh, Lunar Tide. Welcome in, Lunar Tide. Um, So,
Lovely.
Oh,
oh,
from
Eli says
Wales.
stuck at my.
Welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, Eli says stuck at my daughter's appointments. What happened? What did I miss? Y'all are saying wow.
It's okay. Just saying wow
Uh,
because he was for Wales, I was. Him or
yeah,
her,
that's
Oh,
sorry.
why I was doing it. Because we don't have many people
Yeah.
come from Wales. They're normally from like Scotland or Ireland, aren't they? So it's good to have somebody that's
Yeah.
Welsh.
Welcome
oh,
in.
see, I don't know how that part of the world, how that is. I wouldn't have had a clue.
So you
Well,
have
they're all
Scotland at the top.
Another Celtic country. It's another
Yeah.
Celtic country like Ireland and Scotland. But
Scotland's at the top, and then you
yeah,
have England at the bottom, and then Wales is
yeah,
connected to us as well. It's kind of at the side,
yeah,
and then you come
yeah,
off the main island, and then you've got Ireland.
yeah.
So
Oh,
Wales is
okay.
part of us.
Well, Drew, when I found out you were from Scotland, I had to like Google it and see where Scotland was.
All right.
And then I put in the weather app, I put Scotland in there so I can see when you're having bad weather and stuff and go, oh, she's having bad weather. Oh
Oh.
my God, we're having so much rain lately that our pumpkins are just like rotting on the vine
Oh
because of
no.
That's not good.
all of the rain. Yeah, so we're supposed to have 5 days straight of no rain. But see, they keep saying that, and then we get pop ups, and then it rains really hard for like 30 minutes. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping we don't. Maybe some. Even if we get 2 or 3 pumpkins out of all of that patch out there, I'll be happy because then it will be, success. But at least I know it's not something that we were doing or not
You're
doing. It's
wrong.
not right. I googled it. It said ain't nothing you can do about it when it's like that and the weather's just raining. There's nothing you can do, really. You know, that's a
Yeah.
pretty big pumpkin patch out there. So,
Yeah, can't wait to see them all growing.
yeah, if they
Hopefully they'll
make it that
survive.
far, hopefully. I'm not picky. I mean, just a couple of them will be okay with me.
Yep. Nice for Halloween to sit out.
Yeah.
So Christina says, Drew, give Sparkles back that ball right now. We don't care if it squeaks.
She's at the window. She's not bothered. She's out the window now. If she comes back over, I'll give her it back.
Yeah,
Hi,
Christine,
Hi,
sweet.
Christine. Welcome in. So,
Welcome
Oh,
in,
shoot,
Aaron.
mystical. Yeah, no, hopefully she will upset a couple of her pumpkins
Yeah.
will be okay, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully
yes,
they'll
let's say
survive.
Mystical, put branches underneath the vines to lay on. Well, it's just like so, like, that I mean, you would have to step all over it to get to. I mean, I have to like move leaves apart, and some of them going like underneath the vines and everything.
Right.
So we're just gonna leave it, let nature take its course, and if nature takes all of them, then so be it. It's fertilizer for the ground. That's kind of how I'm gonna have to look at it. And then maybe next year, if we do anything, it'll be fertilized good.
We get a lot of
So,
rain here, and
Oh,
we grow
Christina,
pumpkins here,
I'm
and they seem
jealous.
to survive through the wet weather. So I'm sure that they'll be all right. We get a lot of rain in. We grow
Yeah.
pumpkins, and they're all right. So I'm sure you'll be all right, sis.
well,
Touch wood.
like touched a couple of them, and they just went poof,
Oh,
Oh,
just from all the water from the rain.
no.
They just like, yeah. So I
Hopefully
went
they'll
out there
dry out.
yesterday. Yeah, I went out there yesterday, and I just kind of like touched a couple of them and thumped them, and they were okay. So I'm hoping, we'll get some out of it. I think it's just like one area that gets most of the water in it or something. The way
Right.
that the
yeah.
ground is. Kind
It
of like
might
on
be a
this
dip.
other side of the. Yeah, where we have like where I have the container garden, and then on the other side where we originally planted the flowers and the sunflowers, I then found out nothing's gonna do anything good there because it's just wet in that spot. So I think that's how it is where
Right.
the pumpkins is on the whole middle section. I think it just holds in. It must be a slope there or something because I think the water comes off of the mountain across from it and just comes down.
Right.
So, Debbie says waste of warm pumpkin soup. Yeah. So let's see here. So what have you
All right.
all got going? Anything special?
It's because Christina. It's because she uses her headphones. Christina's saying, yeah, you need a new mic
Oh,
because we're louder than you. But it's Mystical wears her headphones. She has got a mic. It's on her headset.
that's right
Yeah,
here.
so sometimes Mr. Woody likes to just come through and do his little woodpeckering like he's doing at the minute.
He likes to interrupt.
It's funny how she's saying that I'm low because I'm normally the loud one because I talk. Well, see, I talk so loud because I'm hard of hearing, and I think I'm talking loud, so I lower my voice. But Christina says don't get mad, so I'm gonna say, Christina, go get mad, but go get you some hearing aids. I'm trying not to talk so. See, because I hear myself talking so loud.
See,
Well,
we
you
can hear
sound
you
all right
just
here.
fine. Yeah,
You sound fine
that's
here.
fine.
Yeah.
Sparkle, please stop.
Well, she could use her headphones, but then maybe she needs a new pair of headphones because the mic on the headphone is not working good.
Is it?
Usually when we play it back,
Can you
it's
hear that?
fine. Is
You can hear
everybody
her
else hearing her
perfectly fine.
okay?
Maybe there's something wrong with your laptop, sister, or whatever you're all using. Maybe it's your end, or you ain't got the volume right up, and that's why you're not hearing her. I don't know.
Is it? Does everybody
Oh, it
else
must
hear
be
me
you then,
okay?
Christina. Iron, are you hearing us okay?
Iron says you sound a lot quieter to me
No, she's
too.
I
saying that you
think
do as
that's
well.
because you're trying to lower your voice, though, that you're sounding
Yeah,
quieter.
But
yeah.
you've
Cause
got
even
storms and that going on everywhere at the minute, so maybe that's what it is.
Sparkle, please stop it.
even Lee, he's in the front room, and he always says that he can hear me like I'm sitting next to him, and he's hard of hearing too now. Christine says I can hear her fine. Yay! I got somebody on my side.
Oh dear. You can hear Sparkle most definitely with a little squeaky toy. That's what I was laughing at. And
See,
Dash
and if
is
you
sitting
didn't
here
say that,
whinging.
and if she didn't say it was Sparkle, she could just say, "Listen, Mom, my spirits are here." Oh, so let me tell you what happened. I showed a picture to Drew. I don't know if you can tell or not. Let me take off my glasses. Can you see my eye right here? See my eye?
Yeah, it looks swollen.
Well, it's like really red.
Yeah. Looks slightly swollen
Okay,
when you turn your face that way.
okay, so this happened 2 nights ago. I was sound asleep, and my spirit said, because I clearly heard it and I was in a deep sleep, my spirit said, "Move your hand, you're going to hurt your face." So I must have been sleeping in a way that I was on my hand or something, like my eye or something.
Yeah.
And so being in a sound asleep and hearing that, I think I just like readjusted my hand or something. So when I got up in the morning, my eye was like bruised, like the white was like all red and bloody, like bloodshot. You know how like if you get hit in the eye and it turns
Yeah.
red, or if you sneeze real hard or cough real hard or throw up, you bust a vessel in your eye.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it looked. And then yesterday it looked worse, but today it's looking a
Oh,
little better.
ow.
But uh yeah, you can see it there now. See it?
Yeah, so maybe you
Yeah.
caught it in your sleep or something with your nails or
Yeah.
something. 'Cause you've got beautiful nails.
Well,
Maybe you
I
just like,
cut my. We don't know.
oh,
I
you
cut
ain't
them
got your
all
nail.
off.
Oh,
No,
you
I
got
cut
them
them
off.
off. But I might have done it like with my ring or something because I have a ring of both. But um, yeah. So I'm thinking, had I not heard that, it might have been a whole lot worse. And Lee said, "Do you think you need to go to the doctor?" And I said, "No, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't itch or anything. I think it was the way I was sleeping because my
Yeah.
spirit said you need to move your hand. You're gonna hurt your face." So I think it was the way that I was, the way I was sleeping. But Lee was like, "Man, that looks bad." And then when we went on the investigation last night, the girls were like, "What'd you do to your eye?" Lee said, "I swear I didn't do anything to her."
Yeah. It does
So
look sore.
yeah, but
It
it
does look
does. It
sore in that
doesn't
picture.
hurt. Nothing. Nothing. It's like it's not even there. But it. Hey Stevie, but yeah, but it's. I mean, it's. It's there. I can see it in the mirror. But had I not looked in the mirror, I would not have even known it was there. So it didn't
No, it's a
itch
bit
or
of a
nothing.
strange
So
one, though, isn't it? That is a bit of a strange
mm,
one. Mm.
yeah. So I'm just thinking because see, I have a habit when I sleep, I put my hand underneath
Yeah.
the pillow when I sleep because my pillow has to be like kind of flat. It can't be a puffy pillow because I get a cramp in my neck from my extra ribs up here. So it has to
That's
be
what I have
flat.
to do. Mine are really flat. Anyone that
Yeah.
was using my pillows would probably hate them because there's no fluff to them. But because of my
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
problems and that, I have to have it flat so I
Yeah, and see,
can.
that's the way that
Yeah,
I am. So I think maybe instead of having my hand underneath like I normally do, I might have just had it between the pillow and my face,
yeah,
and
you
I
might
must
have
have
just
been putting
caught
too
it when you
much
moved it out a
pressure.
bit. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello
And
to everybody.
what did Iron says? Sure, Mexico, you probably got half drunk and popped some vessel. LOL. Just kidding. Well,
It's
it
good that
kind
your
of
guides were
almost.
trying to wake you up, though, to move. It's good that
Yeah.
they tried to tell you.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
that
And
is
so
good.
that's what I say.
It is good that
Yeah,
they do that.
had they not done that, then I just kind of maybe this is it's up all the way, but
Oh dear. There
had
you
I
go. She
had
got
I not.
drunk. She wasn't paying attention, and when she got up to go to the bathroom and walked into the wall and doesn't remember from Christine.
Well, if I drank,
That's
Oh,
a
I'd just
rumour
sit.
Christina.
start.
I don't even drink.
Yeah.
That is
Next,
funny,
it'll
yeah.
be that we drink too much.
I
But I
noticed that she
noticed in
has
the
the same cup as me. Mystical has the red one, and I've got the blue
oh
one. We actually sit here and
yeah.
sip away vodka all night.
Yeah, I have a silver one also, but this time I didn't put my water in it. I just because my cup was in the refrigerator with some cold infusion in it, so I just grabbed the water. Matter of fact, I need to take a drink. But I thought
Welcome
I
in,
would mention that
Paradox.
because oh hey Paradox, But in the video that's not out yet, the investigation, I noticed that while I was reviewing the videos, I could see where my eye was really red. So I thought I better say something so people don't think, a spirit did it or something in
Yeah,
the
no.
tunnel. So, I always say things when I'm talking about the pumpkins, I say watermelon. I'm talking about the watermelons, I say pumpkin. When I was in the tunnel, I called it a cave. It's not a cave, it's a tunnel.
Yeah, but we'll let you off. It is a bit like fun, I guess, going underneath. But yeah, you do come out the other side
Yeah.
normally.
He's like, why do you do that? Because a lot of times I'll get my words mixed up, and some words I'll say them backwards, like toilet paper, I'll say paper toilet, or just different things I said backwards. And he said he thinks that's the Mexican in me, because a lot of times when you translate like English to Spanish, sometimes the words are backwards. And he says that he thinks that's the reason I do that all the time. I'm like, well, that sounds okay. We'll
Hello,
just go with it.
Chris.
Welcome in,
Oh,
Christopher. I hope
hey,
you're feeling
welcome,
better.
Chris, do you want to come up here? It's a live
Come
panel.
join
The
us. There is
the
a
link
link.
is in. Yeah,
He
the
wasn't
link is
feeling
in
very
the.
well. He has had a migraine the last few days, so he might
Oh,
not
bless
come
him.
up.
The
Maybe it's
link
the
is in the
weather and
chat.
stuff as well. The weather's been all up, down, and everywhere, isn't it, at the minute?
Yeah. He's
I had
actually
one
meant to be
today.
taking a break. He said he was taking a break to the end of the week because he wasn't feeling too well. So he was going to take time off the actual internet to let his head and things recover. So I'm surprised he's
Yeah.
here, guys.
Yeah. Well, if he comes on, he doesn't have to use his hands. He doesn't have to type. He just has to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was a good stream last night, wasn't it? You need to check out Sherry's stream last night on PWI, guys. It was really good. It was a bit emotional because one of our good sisters, Colleen, has lost her little 8-year-old grandson. And last
Mason.
night, yeah, little
Mason passed
Mason.
away in that, yeah.
So last night we were having Sherry and Uncle Danny were doing a bit of a sing song and things. So it ended up it was an emotional stream, but it was good. It was a good supportive stream. So if anybody is struggling or anything, go
You're not
back
going to be
over
able
it
to
and
hear the
watch it.
music on my side. My side was going in and out, but I have actually today, I've actually re-uploaded the songs I sang, and I've done it on my phone so you can hear everything I sang to them. I've done it as a tribute to both of them. I was actually on to
oh,
Sister last night for about 7 or 8 hours. I was on with her and keeping her
Oh,
supported. I've been on to
yeah,
her today. Me and her are really, really close, and she comes
yeah.
to me about everything. So she was just like, I need
Colleen's
to talk
nice.
to you. I
oh.
need to get this out. I picked up
Welcome
on
in,
what
Mr.
happened with him.
Lee.
I picked up on him and what happened to him, but I'm not going to say that out of
No,
respect. I might say behind the scenes to sisters, but yeah,
yeah,
he went through quite a lot, bless him.
that's
So
so,
lots, just give some love out to Colleen as well,
yeah,
guys, just to keep her going.
Yeah.
that's a wee
Hi,
shame.
honey. Leah's in. He says, hello,
Hello,
everyone.
Mr. Lee.
I'm
Oh,
just
there he is. Hello,
chilling,
Mr.
resting,
Lee.
listening. See, he doesn't even have to have his video on. He can hear me talking from in there.
Well,
And now that, so I see that Chris is coming through. He's actually on Facebook. So
right,
I didn't
okay.
know that. So I was
Oh,
wondering where that was coming in from. So yeah, it says Facebook like, and it has Chris. So hey, yay!
Yeah, he's
So
got
I
a
am
migraine.
streaming through
thank you, Debbie,
both parts of
sweetheart. That would
Scotland.
mean a lot to her. You know, he was a baby, bless him. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We have
that's
been going
hard.
quite, we've been going live quite a lot the
we
last
have.
wee while, trying to do supportive streams for people because there is a lot of people struggling out there, guys, and not everybody wants to come on a live stream and sit and chat. So we are trying to push out as many lives as we can, just to kind of be here for everybody, even anything major, It's just a case of being here for people that want to spend time away for their daily
And that
lives.
is
But
what it's about
we'll
here,
try and
isn't
get a
it? It's not
subject to
just
talk
getting
about.
our
This is what he
evidence.
thought. Yeah. See,
We'd
the
like to
thing
support
is,
our
when you
family. We've done
start
that
a
since we've been
little
on.
community, yeah, we kind of started a community of our own, just be going live with different people, and it's growing and growing every day. And there's people coming in that is a wee bit wary of us, I would say, because we are on like a spiritual path, and maybe we'll jump for witchcraft stuff to ghost hunting stuff, so they don't know kind of where we are. But we are just spiritual beings, and we want to try and cover every single topic that is out there to do with spirituality. So if you have a topic that you want us to cover, definitely put it in the comments, guys, and we'll cover it. So it's up to you as well to give us topics to talk about, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Drew said.
we're not really a community that just sticks to one way. We like to bring loads of things in to keep everybody happy and supported.
Yeah.
You
Welcome
know,
in, Lady Owl.
like Drew said.
Oh, hey, Lady L. Welcome
There's a
in.
lot of
Hello.
things going
Is
on,
that
I
a new
think, in
one?
a
I've
lot.
never seen Lady Al before. Hello.
Yeah, I think she's been in a few times to Mysticals. There's a lot of spiritual people are struggling with their spirituality right now. This is my opinion, guys, right? I've got a big window in the front of me, and I people watch. Even when I go to the shopping things, I people watch. I've always did it. My mum used to give me a row for it when I was a little girl. She would say, Andrea, stop staring at the people. But I've always done it, and I can look at somebody and I can concentrate and I can kind of tell you what's going on in their life. Not maybe to the detail, but I can tell whether they're happy, they're sad, or if they're thinking and constantly something on their head. And most people that you see come through the park or in the shops, they've always got a heavy look on them. And that is just seeing people in the daily life.
Yeah.
So taking that perspective that I see here, I try and bring that to YouTube as well, so that we can just be here for people. If there's somebody struggling out there, even if it's just a money issue or if it's feeling down in the dumps or something, streams like this where we try and stay upbeat, where comments and things are usually always upbeat, it helps people. It really does. That's the majority of how we've got as many followers that come into our live streams, because they know that we're a supportive group of people. So don't ever sit and struggle, guys. Reach out, because that is why we actually do this, is for you in the
It
spirits.
is, yeah. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
So,
know
like
I
Drew
don't
said,
go live on my channel as much as I should. It's because I always try and encourage other people. My channel to me isn't important as much as important right now. I've went over the monetization part. So to me, I want to help other people get to that. But we are going to start doing streams where we're going to jump around a little bit. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to everybody in the comments and the live
mhm.
stream and things, because we do jump around from channel to channel. Uncle Danny, who is chasing Bones Inspectors, is supposed to be here tonight. I noticed that he's not seen the link, but he is supposed to
Yeah,
be
I know
here.
that he was meant to might have had a doctor's appointment, so he might be running a bit late.
Right. So he could maybe
Yeah.
pop up, guys. And he's one of the most supportive people you'll ever get. I don't know how many times I message Uncle Danny saying, Uncle Danny, this is happening, this is happening. What do you advise? You know, he's great.
It is.
The
Lots
whole
of
thing's having
information.
a conversation about my hearing on the
Oh,
chat.
right.
Least corrected people on my spelling of my name. You know, when you're used to working at a prison, you're used to answering to almost anything. But most people either say they may either actually to pronounce it is Rochelle, but most people will say Rachel or Michelle or Raquel if they're
Right.
Hispanic. They'll say Raquel, but it's
Rachel.
it's it's yeah, it's Rochelle. My dad, he was like a real like hillbilly
Michelle, yeah.
backwoods person. And my own dad, now my mom obviously named me, Rochelle, but even my dad couldn't say my name. My dad would say Rachel, Rachel. And my mom would say it's Rochelle. My dad would say Rachel.
Well, my dad would give up and he'd say, Hey, you, come here.
Yeah.
Oh, you vegan,
Yeah.
come here. Nelly was vegan and I was vegan. Come here. I think he forgot our names. Or and
Yeah,
Drina was
that's
just too
funny.
hard for him, to be
So,
honest.
what is right? One of my jellyfish that I made got struck by lightning in my tent. What?
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, Christina. Hope you did a video. I'd love to see that. I love lightning and
No,
things. We don't
I've
get
had
enough here in
lightning hit
Scotland,
my house
honestly.
before. That's why
My
I'm trying to
pups is
turn off the
awesome.
computers.
Pups is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Uncle Danny's here
That's
for
why I'm
us all,
trying to turn my
guys.
computer
Jerry
off.
called him Pop, and I
When
call him Uncle. I just felt as if I
yeah.
called him
We have a spiritual
Dad,
connection as a
Pop,
dad
I
and a
would be
daughter.
doing my own dad an injustice. You know, I'm really close to my father. We call him Paddy Daddy, my dad, because his name's Alec, but his
I
friends
don't
call
have a
him.
dad. My dad is him.
Yeah, but so I'm really close to my dad, and he's one of the most people that I love in the whole wide world. So I didn't want to do my own father an injustice with calling somebody else dad, you know. So that's why I put the uncle in instead of calling him dad. But he is like a father to us all, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
He's
like the way that
good.
she put there. She says, I love Danny. I'm so grateful he found my channel. He wrote something in the comment section on my channel and thought he sounded very cool.
I only
He's
call
one
him
of my
pups
favorite
because
people.
the spirit said that with daughter.
Yeah. Do you want to tell everybody a bit about that, Shara? For
Father.
the people that don't really know about anything like that. Do you want to tell them a bit about how you managed to come to that recognition that you were related in a
I
past
used
life?
to. Well, it was really weird because I didn't actually realise that he was actually watching me at first. He used to sit behind the scenes and just watch me for ages when I first started. I've been on here nearly 8 years, and I used to be a really big support to a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people, and he come in one day and started talking to me and that, and we just had that connection, and we got talking behind the scenes, and we'd been having the same dreams and the same dreams about our guides. He was dreaming about mine, I was dreaming about his, and they were connected. And then one day he was on a spirit box, and he says, she's your daughter from another life. So it's not just I call him Pups, he's my dad. I don't have a dad. He is my dad. He's come back in this world. So it it's really special to me because to me, he is my Pups, he is my dad, and he's a big inspiration. We have a very big connection. We always know, like, when each other ain't okay. He always knows when I'm going through a downer. He did yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just really random. Like you just have these people that you meet, and you know that you've known them a long time, and that you've been with them before. And he was like, and the spirit
Yeah.
said, "That's your daughter. That is your daughter. That's Red Wolf. That's your daughter. You found her again." And we'd had dreams. We'd had similar dreams. I dreamed about him, and he dreamed about me, but in our past life ways.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we found each
Wow.
other again here. So for me, it's not just I just call him Pups. There's a massive connection with him for that reason, because of the spirits and things like that. But he is a dad. He is like a dad to everybody, and he's a massive pillar in this community. And
That's what I was trying to read
Yeah.
there. Oh, he's an
he's
amazing
really
guy, honestly. Mm-hmm.
he's got us in a lot of places. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for Pups. Like,
And he's
literally,
also
he's
going to
amazing.
teach us more things. He's going to start
Yeah,
teaching us about the gopher bags and things that stop the spirits from
yeah,
following you home, and the
yeah.
how to do it through the shaman way. Because Uncle
Yeah,
Danny can go out into that
I've got
woods and
some
just
of
hit
that in my
nature
shadow book. I already have some of that because of, like, where
where
we've
you're
been
doing.
connected. He's already shared it. It's like a family loom, so he's shared that with me already. So I do make some of that. Gopher bags and stuff, not yet. He has learnt me at one, but I
Right.
won't share that without him being around or anything like that, because some of it's
See, that's
sacred.
why I panicked the other
Yeah,
night there when Chris asked them on the live stream how you
yeah,
go about that, because it's something that not everybody should have access to, is making things
yeah,
like
no,
that. I feel as if that is a thing that's been passed down through Uncle Danny's generation. So I
yeah,
think that same with when Mystical shared the recipe for us for the chronic pain oil, I wouldn't give that to anybody else because I feel
no,
privileged that they've gave us that. And for all, you can maybe give them a little hint to say, all right, okay, it's got eucalyptus in it and chamomile. I wouldn't go any further than to add all the extras because it's a sacred recipe in my eyes, because Mystical's family has obviously figured that out for generations to generation, the same as Uncle Danny. So
Yeah, there's just some stuff that he can't share with everybody. We're not allowed to. Like, there's certain stuff that I've got where I wouldn't be able to tell any of you how to do it, but I would be able to make it and
I feel
help you that
too.
way. And it's a family tradition, and because the spirit said she is your daughter, that's why he's handed it down. You know what I mean? But a lot of what I get, he would do for Sister Drew and that as well, because Sister Drew's got a big link to him as well. But there would be some things that we wouldn't be able to tell you guys. It would have to just be done privately.
That's why when the
say it's
Chris
been done,
asked that the other night, I thought, right, Uncle Danny's so free with information most of the time. He would have probably sat and said so much about it. So
some things he
I
can't.
didn't feel that was right. Yeah. You got to understand, see when you've got like spiritual people in front of you like us, you can ask them so much, but don't start asking them recipes and things, because
now you make things.
If you deserve to know that. Well, this is only my opinion, guys. You might have different opinions, but
no, you're right, sis. You're right. I've got things that I make, and if people have come up and said, "Oh, how do you make?" I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you what my spirits have told me. That's my
when you give,
to give to my kids, and
when you give somebody something like that means a lot to you, that's been passed down in generations or whatever, and you give that recipe or whatever to a certain individual or a certain group of people, to them personally, that's like a gift. It's a gift.
Yes.
You know, to you, knowing you're going to cherish that gift and use it correctly. I have a question for you, Drew, so don't let me forget it, but we want to answer Lady Al's question.
What's that?
It says, how can I stop visitors coming in from the train track and funeral home at the corner from my house? I have used red brick dust, salt, and other suggestions.
Need to be iron or something then.
That's a very, very good thing too. If the visitors that's coming to you, now this is my own personal thing, if they're coming to you, first of all, are they good visitors or are they bad visitors? But you can always get you some railroad spikes, put them on the corner of your property, say a prayer over them. Also, those wrought iron, if you have wrought iron like stakes and stuff, you can put those around. That's like a lot, you know, if you go to old graveyards and stuff, you'll see where their grave site is, their stone is, and they'll have like a wrought iron cage or gate around. That's what that is. That's to keep any evil spirits in there away from them, from your loved one. That's what it does. And as far as you using brick dust, red brick dust, that's great. I hope when you did it, you're putting the intentions of building a wall so that they can't cross over it or they can't go through it. So if you haven't incorporated that into your intentions, do that.
And if you're using red brick, you shouldn't be using it on its own anyway. If you're actually doing it as a protection thing, you should be putting like your Himalayan salts, your white salts, your black salts, all sorts of things in there, even putting crystals down with it as well. I had to do it in somebody's house. You can do like you can actually do the circle protection around the house like Sister Mystical has done as well. You can do lots of different things, but like she's saying, it depends on what sort of energies it is, because if they're good spirit, they're still going to cross that barrier because you're not barring them, so that you need to just set a boundary in your home. So putting that red brick and going like, you can't cross over this boundary, like Mystical said, putting your intentions in, saying you cannot go into this area, this is not your area, this is my area, you have this area, or you have to set rules out with them, as they'll try to do what
they'll take advantage.
If you can use Lady Al, if you can use a pendulum, use a pendulum. Ask a yes, like yes, no questions, and find out, are they coming? Are they good? You know, that's coming to you. Are they bad? That's coming to you. And if they're good, are they seeking your help for something? Maybe you're a beacon to them, and why they're coming to you. Maybe they need your assistance for, you know, something. Maybe to cross.
Maybe there's a portal.
Maybe
there is a portal, and pendulum will do that as well. Go
Yeah.
to the area that you're seeing them coming from, and if it goes in a clockwise circular, that is it's a sign of a portal. So the clockwise one is normally the sign of them coming in. That's the one where you need to shut it. You may need to shut doorways. It may not even be the fact that they're just coming to you. It may be that there's doorways near your home, so they're just constantly coming through. So you might need to shut the portal.
I would try and ask your guides if they're wanting something. It sounds to me as if they're maybe wanting your help.
Because they might be trying to give a message to you, to pass a message on. Some of them, as we know, any of us, that deals with spirits, we know a lot of times when they come to you, most people would think they're mean, but it's just because you fear them, not you personally, but I'm just saying in general, people fear them, so they automatically think they're bad. But if you're a beacon for them, there's a reason they're coming to you. It may just be to say, I know you're here. I validate the fact that you're a person, even though they're in spirit form. They were still a person. They were somebody's mom or dad or son or
Yeah.
daughter or whatever.
Hi,
Sometimes they just
Dollies.
want to be recognize the fact that you're paying attention, just even to know they're there. The one when I crossed over the other day, that stayed behind and didn't want to cross, she came through, told me her name, and she didn't want to cross yet because she wanted me to hear her footsteps. She wanted me to
Yeah.
hear her voice. She wanted me to say, yes, I know that you were here, on this realm
I've
at
never
one
seen
time
them, only
Yeah.
felt
before
and
she
played with
crossed
us.
over.
Even if you can't
So,
see them, sweetheart, even if you can't see them, there are certain tools that you can use that can establish what's going on. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
will communicate with you if they're coming in. Like if
Has
you're saying
all of a
like a
sudden
number of
started?
spirits, that sounds to me like a portal. If there's a number of spirits constantly coming in, that sounds like a portal or some sort of
I'm
vortex.
curious to know if they've always done it or if it's
hey,
something that's
Dobbies.
all of a sudden started happening. Have they done it for the minute you moved into that house, or have they just started to come to you? Because if they've just started to come to you, then
Could be the pandemic.
it's maybe even something that they really do need your help with.
I mean, just living close in
Because
that area to be
Christina,
able to
I
be
don't
in
know
her
if I'm what
home and. Oh, sorry, crew.
right. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just wondering. I'm just thinking if all of a sudden the spirits have started trying to come to you and cross your property line, it's maybe with the brick dust being there. It's maybe because they're fearing something in the cemetery or
Yeah,
wanting to vacate there because of something. So maybe just go out to your property line and, as Mystical said, talk to them through the pendulum and see if there's something that they need your help with. Or if they've done it for the day
Phoenix.
one that you've moved into the house, then they're obviously it's just the way it's going to be because you're going to be probably spiritually open to it. But I would
yeah.
do a
Well,
little
from her
look at
name, she does
people
seem like she's
forget
spiritually
the
open.
spirits are there. If they come to you, they're there for a reason. And most of the time they just want to know that somebody recognises they're there, that they're seen. And that, guys, is mostly the spirits that I've been crossing over. A lot of the time, when they first come in and talk, that's enough for them. They want to cross, that's them, they want to go because they know that somebody's acknowledged the fact, hi, I'm here. And you talk to them and say, hello, spirit, blah, blah, blah. And that is enough for them. They just want to tell you they're there, they want to tell you their
Yeah.
name. Sometimes they want to tell you that they died in 1984, whatever, and then they're happy to go. It could be that you're spiritually open. So these spirits know this, so they want to just come and say
Since I
hi.
put up my ancestor altar 5 years ago, but when you're calling up on your ancestors help energies to come through. And what you got to think is your ancestors become like your guides now, and they help you spiritually, and they can bring energies through to you for you to help.
They know
So
you
this
can
could be
help
what it
them.
is as well. There's been a lot of stuff this last couple of years. You imagine how many people have lost their lives and how many spirits have been left behind, like Sister Drew said. Maybe it did, you opening that is kind of opening a doorway and saying, I want to help the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? So you are
Yeah,
going to get visitors and things. So
Yeah, but Lady Owl, always remember, you can set boundaries. You
yeah,
don't
yes,
have to continuously take them in day and night and have them bombarding you and all. set your boundaries. Tell them you'll be happy to talk to them, to find out what their story is. But tell them you're only going to do it on a certain day or at a certain time, and the rest of the time they're not to bother you. So set your boundaries the same way as if you had a business, you don't want people calling you all times of the day and night. You're open a certain time, so many hours, and you do the same thing with the spirits. You he's if you can hear Lee, he's got his muscle thing re-going. And yeah, so set your boundaries, talk to them, and tell them when you're available and when you're not available.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
definitely it.
not name cards off.
Think
That's what
about
we've
it
all
this
done.
way. See if you. This, I always try and see it from the spirit's perspective. If I died away back in, say, the 1900s, and I've just been kind of going around the cemetery, not really wanting to leave the cemetery, maybe going somewhere for to visit family, but always coming back, and then they see you, somebody who's willing to talk to them, and even though, I mean, remember what Eli told us, even though you've not spoke to that spirit knows all your business. That spirit can look at you and know exactly who you are, what type of person you are, what you've been through in your life. So they're obviously coming to you for a reason. They probably know that you're a good soul. They probably know that you've got a kind heart, and they probably know that you've got the ability to talk to them. So
Yeah.
definitely push the boundaries a little bit, and if it's something you want to do though, and if it's not something you want to do, you need to make that clear, because they will just keep coming and coming.
Yeah,
Try and
they'll
talk to
shock you
them.
like
That's
they
my
do me.
advice. Yeah,
The
yeah,
thing
I'm
is,
just,
if you like, the thing is if you have got abilities, you're never going to fully stop them from coming to you. But like they're saying, you can put things up. You can, like, protecting yourself, putting things around your house to shield you, even putting up notices saying spirits cannot enter my home if you're not wanting to. Obviously, if you are wanting
yeah.
to, like Sister Mystical said, you could just put available for talking on Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. till 4
I've got a note
p.m.
up now.
something like that, so
Hmm.
they know when to come and when, because they're going to be around you no matter what. You can't stop
Yeah.
spirits from being around you, but if you put a boundary in there, they know when to step in and when to step out. You know what I mean? And that's keeping that.
And the
That's
chances are that your guides won't let anything negative come through.
no.
Yeah, your guides are there to guide you. Is what the way that I look at it. That is why I don't mind crossing the spirits in my home. Mystical goes off her property line to do it, but that's because of other reasons. I don't mind bringing the spirits into my home to cross them, but the only reason I'm comfortable with that is I know I've got Timber here, who's my wolf guide. I also know that I can call on Astro at any point in time, and he'll come running. So definitely make sure that you've got the backup behind you before you do even start dabbling in it. And make sure that you do your protection prayers before you communicate. That's
Yeah,
important.
and
And have
after.
fun with it. Have fun talking to them. It's great what they tell you sometimes. Sometimes they tell you that they were a soldier in 1650 and things, and then you can ask them about it. You
You
can
hear
have a
some
great
amazing,
conversation
you
with the
can hear some
spirit.
amazing stories when you're crossing them. You hear some beautiful things that they've done. Some of them have
Yeah.
had really fulfilling lives. You know what I mean? Uh, you know,
And really, that's all they want. They want is somebody to know that they're there, to have that little bit of human contact again, even if it's just for 2 minutes of you talking to them. That is all they're wanting,
Mhm.
a bit of recognition. And then they're happy to go, or they're happy to go back to what they were doing and leave you alone. It's an amazing
and we
feeling. I love
and we actually got the sign one idea actually off of Christina. That's in
it.
the chat. She actually had made a wooden sign, and we all thought it was really sweet. And we decided we were going to do the same thing,
Yeah.
just because we were getting bombarded with spirit. I'm spiritually open big time, and I get constant spirit as well. Sister Drew's opening now, so she's getting a lot of contact. Sister
Yeah.
Mystical's like me, she gets contact. So it was a good idea what Christina just said about doing
Yeah.
so.
Do you want to
Mhm.
give her a little bit of advice, Mystical, about the things you do in your property, because you do have to keep the spirits out? Do you want to give her a little bit of advice on how to
But you've done the
contact them with
circle thing, haven't you?
advice?
You've done the
Yeah,
thing around your house, so you'd be good for that.
give her
Yeah,
a little
well,
bit of advice.
um, the protection I put up around my property is because I'm sitting in an area that has several portals around the outside. Um, the property used to all belong to one person, and then as time went on, the the land got split up. So this one can be haunted, this one is haunted, this one is haunted, the whole holler is haunted going down, the entire woods is haunted, the houses next is haunted. But so what since I have always had a gift with the spirits, seeing them, feeling them, they make sure that I see them. I'm also like a beacon. If I ignore them too much and I'm outside of my property line, they'll like shoot a electrical charge and shock me to say, hey, I'm here, stop ignoring me, because a lot of times I will totally ignore them. So what I do is I have protection around my property. I have it bubbled the same way you bubble yourself to keep anything from coming in to steal your energy, all of this. I have that around my entire property. I actually have a picture amongst the many pictures that I have. And when I took the picture, you could actually physically see the bubble. Like if you blow a bubble, how it comes out and you see it real shiny. Okay, the picture took it, and it's actually, you can see it over the property.
Okay.
So not only do I have it bubbled, I have different protection. I just don't do one. Every few months, I do a whole different. And if you go on my playlist, I have in my playlist, under the spiritual workings and stuff, several different recipes that I show of like
Some
property
blends,
salts
yeah.
and different things to put around, because I don't spirits get smart after a while. They can start
Yeah.
manipulating things. So every few months I'll go and I'll put a new thing around. A few months later, a new thing around. I always do a hedge prayer around. Now when I cross over spirits, I go, well, at first I was off my property, but what I've done is I have dedicated like one corner of my property where I have an apple tree. So I keep everything now protected, and that apple tree area, it's protected, but it's protected in a different way that the spirits can come in on that corner to be crossed over,
They
but they're
actually
not
chose
allowed
that, didn't they? They
to.
chose the apple tree.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did. That was
Yeah.
cute.
yeah. Yeah. And so then that way they don't come onto my property, which they can't anyway, but that corner is their corner. So
Yeah.
when you put up anything, always change it up, after a while. So
Oh yeah.
don't just keep it one way. Do different things, try new things, and you'll be okay. Just be open-minded and just don't fear them, even if there's one that's mean, that's hateful. You have to remember, a lot of times maybe that spirit is confused. Maybe that
Yes.
spirit doesn't know that he's even, or she that is even dead, that they've
Yeah.
passed. Maybe they
Yeah.
were sick when they were alive, and when they passed, they don't know what happened to them. And maybe, like, and how am I going to say this? I don't want to say, like, when people get up in age, they tend sometimes to get really grouchy. And if
Yeah.
they have heart issues, it changes them to where they're grouchy and cranky all the time. So maybe they were in that phase that they were grouchy and cranky. So when they're coming through, they're grouchy and cranky because that's the way that they were. They're not going to totally change because they just crossed over. Hey, Gothic
I
demoness.
went
Hello
demoness.
again, the demons,
And
So
demoness,
yeah,
ooh, we have
so
a lady.
lady, lady.
keep that in mind. So if you hear them being grouchy or moving his stuff around or whatever, maybe that's how they were. How
And
you
they've
Yeah,
get a
maybe been on the
grandma
earth
or a
for
grandpa that's,
a
all
long,
grouchy all the time.
long
And there's a lot of people when they hear
Maybe
them
been
get
walking around the
angry
earth
and
too
upset,
long and
they
it's
think
making.
that they're negative. A lot of people think. I think that's why they get so peed off sometimes, because as soon as some people hear them like that, they automatically presume that they're negative or they're bad, and they're not. Like, you've got to realize not all of these spirits are bad that are acting like this. You've got to think what they've faced and they've gone through in their transaction. Some of these guys have been dead for hundreds of years and have seen many things. You've got to think sometimes it can be frustration as well, because they're trying to reach out, they're trying to get someone to notice them, and nobody is.
That's
So
usually when they
people
start turning the lights off and
they start
banging
to
and
change
things.
over. Yeah, they start to change, and that's why they'll
Welcome
be
in,
able.
everybody.
It's not always negative, guys, and that's why don't just turn them away when they're a bit angry. Just say, like, why are you angry? Are you okay? Is there something you need help with? You know, because then they normally open up to you and go, look, I'm not nasty. I'm not a horrible person. I've got this going on, and I need help with this. And, you know, it does, like Sister Drew said, it just takes talking to them sometimes just to let them to release. Yeah, you know
I'm a great believer in we're human, okay, as you know, but when we cross over, when we die, we're going to be the exact same as them. We're going to be a soul. Well, we are a soul anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. We're going to be like that. I'd hate to think that if I ever died and I was lost out there, that somebody had the ability to talk to me and they just ignored me. That would be the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So we
I would
know
hate
when
the thought that I
Christina
was
passes.
wandering around and not seen. I'd hate that. I'd hate to be stuck. I wouldn't like it.
So we know when Christina passes over, she's gonna be cranky.
You're going to have about 10 million
Well, we're
spirits hugging
prepared
you.
for that. We'll be prepared for that. If we hear somebody cranky with their accent, I know it's Christine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But just
She'll be
think
all
how
right. Just put her
frustrating
some
it
chocolate
is.
and some biscuits and stuff out. She'll be fine. She likes a chocolate and that. You know, treat her nice.
Welcome in, everybody. If we get to talking and don't say welcome in, welcome in. So we're
Welcome
glad to
in,
have you.
everybody. Remember
We're
to
glad to
smash the
have you
like,
here.
please. Share out.
Yeah, and also too on Sherry and Drew's channels. Make sure you subscribe to them. Also they're pushing and pushing and pushing to get me up there on my
Oh, we
viewing
are.
hours.
Yes.
And I'm
They
gonna
are
have
really,
Sister
really
Mystic. I am gonna have
pushing it.
Sister Mystical on my show at some point, because, like, with my channel, yeah, I'm quite a big channel, but I like to go live quite a lot because I like doing interviews and things, and I do like to try and get the channels out that way. And sometimes it's good having a big number of people in your community, because then other people are more likely to be able to see you when you're live, because you're higher in the level because of your supporters. You know what I mean? So people have got more of a chance to get noticed. You know what I mean?
It's so
Yeah.
hard to get into those algorithms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phoenix says, I had a few spirits today asking me if they were dead. I feel so heartbroken to tell them they are. I always tell them that I'm sorry that they are gone. Yeah,
That's
Sin, that's just it. A
heartbreaking,
lot
isn't
of
it?
them don't, they don't have a clue, when they say, am I dead?
Sometimes
Yes,
there has to
yes,
be a
you
certain
are.
way you say it to them as well. You have to be really careful how you word
Yeah.
it, especially when it comes to kids. I've got that thing coming
I've not had that
soon.
yet, to be honest.
I'm going to be doing that soon, because I know that there is somebody that's just recently lost somebody that we were talking about earlier, and I don't think that he's aware that he's gone. So I've got to speak to him and tell him. So you've got to do it in a way that a kid would understand, and can be quite
It's
difficult.
so hard
So I'm
to
going to
know
help
the
you
right
do that.
thing to say as well. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't want to say something to the spirit that's going to put them further into despair, if you like. You want to try and act as if they're in the better place. It's them that's got. We're the ones that's in the illusion, if you like. They're in the proper place. So try and get that across to the spirits. Look, you're the one that's in the better place. You have got the opportunity to go higher to the heavens. Just take the steps to walk through the light. I always get my guides to walk them through the light just to make sure that they go. So you always say, when my guide takes you, go, trust them, trust that process, and you will be the happier soul. Try and push that across to the spirits. And then I would imagine that
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times they'll go if they don't realise they're dead. Because I find a lot of success in that. I mean, I'm scared that I try and cross
Oh,
a
yeah.
spirit over, it doesn't know where it's going. So that's why I'm in the mind that I always make sure that Billy walks them through that light, just so that I know they have got to where they need to go.
I've found that, that sort of technique's okay with like the adults and that, but the children are a little bit different.
Yeah,
Children don't really understand when they've passed, so you kind of have to do it differently. Like I'll explain to the children that yes, the divine energy that you believe in did save you and make you better, but you fell asleep to not wake up, but you are here with the family still. They do love you, they do want you, but if you go to the light, you can be with the people that you have got over there.
Yeah.
And one day you will see your mummy and daddy again, and they're always going to know you're around, and they're always going to be able to feel you. You've got to speak to kids differently, because like the one, he's only just recently gone and he doesn't even realize that he's dead. He thinks that God's made him better, and that he's just because Nanny can see him.
And
You know what I mean?
plus
So
they've
he
not
thinks
been
he's
gaining
still there,
things.
you know what I mean? But he's not. So I try to explain that to him.
That's
And
a heartbreaking one, isn't
heartbreaking.
it?
It is heartbreaking.
Heart.
And he
Thank you,
gave
Debbie,
me
for
his
sharing
word
There's a lot of
yesterday.
suicides I get. I get a lot of
He said, Auntie
suicides. I don't
Sherry
know if it's the
yesterday.
area. Yeah.
He said to me, Auntie Sherry yesterday, and he's got a speech
Oh,
impediment, so he goes Shari. He goes, Auntie Shari. And it's so cute. And I was like, oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. But it's sad. It's so sad at the same time.
Tell them about the spirits eating your spaghetti bolognese, Sherry, last
Oh
night.
my God, the little girl. One of my little girls that I'm helping to cross, she's gone now because I actually done a crossing last night after speaking to my sister, Colleen. I done one because some of them are really restless and like just not happy. So I done what I did and I let them go. But I done them a meal, meatballs and spaghetti. And
I'd love to
little
see
Lily,
that.
her name's Lily, the one that I crossed over. She comes over to the plate and she's eating it, and I'm sitting in here and I just start cracking up on the live stream. Yeah, she comes in, all of the sauces all up her face, all in her hair. You can see her collar. I was like, oh! She's like, wait! And she was like proper full of it. I was like, oh my God, what have you done to yourself? But she enjoyed it, and that's what I love to see. She enjoyed the food. She was happy, and that's the most rewarding thing to see. I don't matter that she's dirty. She got cleaned up. You know what I mean? All the made sure of that. But
think about it though. I mean,
a
think about the
beautiful
last
little white
time you
dress
had
turned
a meal.
orange.
And her wee blonde hair and things you said was all red.
Yeah, she had blonde hair, so she had all the orange in her hair, and it's just like, oh my God. Like,
so what you do get giggles out of them as well. It's not all doom and gloom, guys.
I
To
have
be honest,
I have a lot of fun with my spirits. I have a lot of fun with them. They're such characters, some of them. Some of them are so funny. Like some of them are just do random things like stick their head round and stick their tongue out and go, "You can't get me." And I'm like, "You
don't want to go
yet." I can see you. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I love it. I absolutely love it. I do.
Talk to them and treat them like people and like kids. I hate these people that go in there and treat them like circus acts. They're still people and they're still children. Treat them like that. You don't need to treat them like they're dead, okay? Yes, you do need to explain them, but don't treat them any differently. Why would you do? You wouldn't expect people to treat us different. Don't treat them different.
Of tricks I hate.
It's hard.
Seeing investigators go into a place and start asking them to do parlour tricks. And when they don't want to turn this over or bang a door or do whatever, then they start shouting it. I cannot stand any teams that does that. I just totally shut off.
Why would they want to do that? Would you say that to them when they were living? Oh, open the door. Would you do that? No, treat them like people. Come and talk to me. I've got these devices here on the floor if you want to touch them to show others that you're here, but you don't have to. I always give them that option because they are people. It's up to them.
I know. It's no fair when they start demanding them to do things. It's not right.
It's not.
I watched a TV the other week there. I can't even remember who it was. And they were actually threatening to take stuff out the house. I'll just take, if you don't speak to me, I'm going to take this, and if you don't speak to me, I'm going to do that. I can't remember, but
that is the worst.
Oh no!
I've seen somebody do that with a chocolate bar. They put the chocolate bar down and go, "Here's a chocolate bar," and that. And I'm like, "Okay, they gave him a chocolate bar. That's good." Oh, you're not doing this for me, so you're not having a chocolate bar. And they picked it back up, and I said something to me. I said, "Who the hell do you think you are?" Doing that to him, you know what I mean? Like,
there's no need for it. I find that if you have a
Right.
nice positive attitude with the spirits as well, going into these locations, and you feel a bit of empathy, I feel as if they're more likely to talk to you than going
Oh,
in
they
there kind of demanding
a
that they
bit of
do
respect
something.
and love and compassion goes a long way in the paranormal field, believe me. We all know because we get regular contact. We have spirits that talk to us comfortably because we respect their wishes and what they need. Okay, we don't push them into anything. We help them and we listen to them, and that's how you should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Now, Dobby
remember that they're
sucks.
just remember they're
Oh,
human. They were human at one
They are.
point and they have got
Yeah, they are
feelings.
human. They're still human, even in spirit. They're still human. They lived.
You saying
You know what I
this?
mean?
It's not something I would even
uh,
attempt to do. I have much respect for anyone. Oh yeah.
but
You
see
maybe
now,
want to do
just
it through
remember,
time.
yeah, just remember, Dobby socks. It's not for everybody. If you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it because spirits are
Yeah,
going
no.
to know that you're uncomfortable. They're going to know it. So don't even attempt it. One day, if you're ready and you want to try it, well, by all means, hit Christina up because she'll teach
Yeah.
you.
Christina will
So
push some
yeah.
to you, believe me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
found
but
that
no,
one
it's
out.
not for everybody. It's
Yeah.
not for everybody. My sister's like that. My sister's like, there's no way, there is no way. I mean, I have
It's
my late husband's ashes and I have my brother's ashes up on the fire mantle. My sister's like, I wouldn't want their ashes up on the fire mantle.
Yeah.
But
It's
see,
everybody's choice.
that's the difference between people. It's just what you are comfortable with. I mean, it's that simple. Nobody would ever push anything on you. So it's just if you're
Yeah,
comfortable with it,
Phoenix
that's
is
great,
bad.
and if you're not, that's
it-
great too. Either
it's like
way,
Pup said
we're
the
all
other
different.
day. Pup said it the other day. It's not made for everybody. Not everybody can cross
That's right.
spirits. Not everybody's got the
No,
abilities to do that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it's
Exactly.
not
Not
for
everybody
everybody.
wants to do it.
and
It's
you know, to
a lot
some
of
they're probably
people.
really, to some of you, you're probably really scared to do that because you'll be worried that it's going to go wrong, and that's okay to feel like that. We're not saying that everybody needs to be doing it, but at least know somebody that can cross them. So if you ever do come across spirits like that, you know you can get them the help. It's
Yeah.
really important, guys, because there's
Hmm.
nothing worse than being trapped and not being able to
Yeah.
get where you need to go. You know what I mean? It's horrible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Todd, if you
Yep.
feel as if there's any energies around you, say the Lord's Prayer in your head really quickly if you know
Yeah,
the Lord's Prayer. If not, look
yeah,
it up. Say it really quickly and then talk to them, even if you're just saying it out loud. Is there an energy here with me? And then most of the time, you'll maybe hear another little or something. But if you feel that there's an energy around you and you want to talk to them, don't ignore it. Say the Lord's Prayer in your head
Yeah.
and then talk to them quickly.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
Never
it's
feel
in your
silly
home,
doing
take
it.
a little bit more precaution, though, if it's in your home. But if you're out somewhere, I'm talking about like at a
Yeah,
cemetery or
a lot
something.
of people will ignore them when they're out, thinking they can't talk to them because they're going to look like idiots, and they can telepathically read what you're saying in your head, so you can talk to them through your head, like Sister Drew's saying. You know what I mean? They'll still hear
Yeah.
you. You know, because I made that mistake when I first started out. I would talk in public, and people used to look at me, go like, "What the hell? Who's she talking to?" Because I'm like, "No, not over there, over here." And then he's like, "Sherry, who are you talking to?" I'm like, "Oh, don't worry about it." But then in the end, they were like, "Just talk to us through your mind." So that's what I would do, and
Yeah.
then they would follow me, and nobody's aware that you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when can we
Yeah.
expect to see your video, Mystical?
Oh, I can't
Well,
wait for the video.
um, I was reviewing it today, and the app that I have on my computer to uh, to put it on, it's very difficult for me. So, and it's been a while since I've used it. So I'm just going to every day I'm here at home. Once I get my normal everyday stuff done, that I didn't want to start working on it before the live because if I screwed it up, then I would screw up the computer. So
Right.
after this, then I've got several days to work on it. But like I say, I'm not going to be cutting out anything. I'm just going to leave it raw because we were quiet a lot of time when we. And I'm even going to show when we first got. Oh, and let me tell you this: when we first got there, some guy stopped in a vehicle and told Lee that it was really weird. Lee was like, "Well, what?" So Lee tried to get him on camera, but Lee was using his GoPro, and he thought he was filming, but he wasn't. But he told us after
Oh,
the fact because we were all trying to listen to see what the man was. We were trying to listen, but he had gone through the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel there was a big like log across it.
right.
So he had gone around, and then he thought, well, I could use that log. So he turned around and went back. But when he went back, it wasn't there. It was in the middle of the tunnel, long
Right.
ways. So
Oh.
that was kind of weird just right off the bat. Then we were like, oh, okay, so
So
what's
does
going
nobody go through
on?
that tunnel anymore in cars or anything?
Do what?
Does nobody use the tunnel anymore for like
Yes. Oh
vehicles?
yeah. And we have it on film where there was a couple of cars that went through it. But
Right,
there's water going through it, and there's a lot of like big potholes. We can't
right.
take our van in it because our van has that skirting around it, and it's
Oh,
only like
right,
this far up off. Since it's got that skirting, and we were afraid we hit a pothole, we're just gonna rip it off. So we don't take it through there. But
right.
yeah,
Hmm.
cars do still go through
Just with
there.
the
So
log being
it
there, it
gets
makes you wonder how the
so
log got there then, doesn't it?
yeah. So I'm trying to try to I'm gonna try to get it out this week, even if it's toward the end of the week, because we have another one coming up on Sunday. And if
Right.
you go to, it's, I'm not gonna put out there where it is. It's a disclosed location. But Drew, if you go to your private group, it's in there, and you'll see what we're gonna do on Sunday. But when
Right,
we do
okay.
it, it's gonna be a disclosed location. I'm not gonna tell anybody where the location
Oh, I
Taylor.
is
think I did
because of
see that. Yeah, I did. I seen it.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be
yeah, the
good.
circumstances. So we'll be doing that one,
Yeah,
yeah, on Sunday. So, but I'm
yeah.
gonna
We're
try
trying to
my
get out
best
this
to
week as
get it
well.
out by then. So since I'm not
Good.
gonna be doing a lot
Right.
of editing, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be putting
See, I
putting the
use
videos
CapCut on my
together.
phone. I don't use my laptop to edit my videos. I use CapCut on my phone. I find that a brilliant app to
What is
edit
that
your
See,
then?
videos.
I've never heard of that app before.
Yeah,
What is that?
CapCut. It's
but
called
we
CAPCUT.
See,
Mm.
we videotape with the camcorders, and then like Lee had the GoPro, so I need the SD cards. The iPhone, you can't put SD cards in them.
No, but you can get the little. When I didn't have a phone, I was using William's iPhone to edit my videos, and you get this little device that's you can plug into the bottom of the iPhone and put memory cards in it. It's only about £7, so it'll be about what
Is
$10 maybe.
is is it the same one like a? Well, it might be what I'm using here on the computer on the hard drive. The little deal you stick in it, and
Yeah,
then
you
you stick
just
the
plug it
cards
in, and
in
it's
it.
got little holes in it for memory cards.
So do you have
Oh,
to that
you
app
can
thing
put
that you're
that
Okay,
in
saying
okay,
on
about? Do you
your
have to
okay.
pay
phone.
for it, Drew?
Settings.
You can put that on your phone and do it on the phone.
No, you don't pay for CapCut. When I'll go get that wee thing.
Well, I already have an app on my
No,
phone. If I
CapCut's
can add
free.
that on my phone, I can do that. Uh, Let me get that and see if it's what she's talking about. Is it this that she's talking about?
Yeah, that's like you've got like you've got your like your little dongle, and then you've got your little SD card that you can put in your cameras and things. Yeah, she'll say to you, I'm sure.
Cause,
Yeah,
cause see, cause see, my phone. How would this fit? This doesn't go in my phone, cause it's just for the charger for my phone. So how would I use that on my phone?
no, but there might be one. I think what she's saying, there's something like similar to that you could put in
You
there.
see, then it's got the
Similar to
iPhone
that.
top, and then it has a
I
bit
wouldn't
for
know
your
because I
memory
don't really have
cards.
it, but
Oh, I have one of those, Drew.
Oh,
That
you put
I
it
have
in the
one of
bottom of your
those.
iPhone. Uh-huh.
I have one of those for my headset. For when Lee's in the front room, I can like do stuff
how
on
much?
my listen
How
on my
much was that,
phone.
Sister Drew?
That was only about £8, I think, off of Amazon.
So what
I
does it
think
And it
do?
was
it's
It
like
downloads your
$40.
videos. It
yeah,
downloads your
you put
videos.
your memory card in it. It's got like you can actually get them with 3 or 4 different spaces on them. This
Oh,
one's
okay.
only
So
got the
that's
2.
okay. So that's different than the one I have. Mine has the little plug-in for the headset to go into it, and
Right.
then to plug the charger in. So I'll have to look for one of those then, and if I can do that instead of putting this on the computer,
You just
I
type
can
in
get
a
it
memory
done a
card
whole lot
adapter for an
faster.
iPhone. Memory card adapter for an
Because see,
iPhone.
this
It
one
looks
is for the GoPro. It's got the mini one, and then the
You know, that
other
looks really cool.
two
right.
from
I might
last,
have
the
to
other
look
two
into
from
one of
last
them.
night are here. These are the
Yeah,
ones from last
because
night.
I couldn't edit my videos because I didn't have a phone and the laptop wasn't working. And then I seen, so I actually think I googled it or something, and they told me that you can get adapters. So I brought, and that, from then on, I just started using CapCut and William's iPhone and edited my videos. So when I got my own phone off of Chris gifted me a phone. I just automatically downloaded CapCut onto the Android. It's a
So I
perfect app.
wonder if I bought one of those and used it on my iPhone. If I can use it from the app that the app that I have is Velo, VLLO. So I'm
Right.
wondering if
It's
I
just
could.
a lot easier on the phone, I believe, than the laptops to edit. The laptops take so long,
Oh, they
whereas
do.
the mobile
Oh, they
phones
do.
just 20 minutes and it's up.
My whole computer just went and then came back on. Well, I'm gonna have to look into that because that other one for the headphone on the iPhone, that thing's like $40 here. That's
Right. Well, this is
expensive.
only like £8, so you're talking maybe
That's good.
$10.
£8.
Yeah. And you can get them with more than 2 memory card slots. You can get them with 3 or 4, but they do get a bit more expensive, obviously, the more you want on the
Well,
adapter.
Yeah.
I just need to put one memory card in at a time. Heck, I'll be lucky if I know how to do that.
See, I got the one that's got the big part and the little part, so that if I didn't, if maybe I wanted to edit 2 memory cards, for example, put 2 in it, one for maybe my phone and whatever, I've got the one with the 2, and it does have the big part on it as well. They're really handy. I was going to
Huh.
give it away to my daughter, and then I thought, no, I'll keep it in case my phone ever breaks and I need to edit a video. I can always do it on my partner's phone.
And
Yeah.
they'd be ideal when you're on an investigation. If you go away and you ain't got a lot of storage to get anything, you
Yeah.
could just use them and hold them on there. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Not while you're
Well,
out and
definitely.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the one that I use on my computer, I think it's called OpenShot. If I remember
Right.
right, it's been so long since I've used it on my computer because normally I use the phone. But if I'm recording on the phone, it's already in it's already in the memory. It's there. But that's the reason I've always used a computer using the other thing because I don't have no way to do that. But I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah,
Tomorrow we have to
definitely.
go. Tomorrow we have to go into town anyway, so I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think I googled adapter for an iPhone memory card or something like that, and it pops up, and then you just go to Amazon.
I might have to go and have a look on that because like a lot of us do use our phones when we're out, like to like pictures and videos and everything else. And it gets so annoying because your phone only takes so much storage up. Then it says like
Yeah.
memory full, and then you can't take any more, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
know. Or you get halfway through one, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, I should have cleared this before I left the house."
yeah, exactly. I've done that a few times. I'm like, damn it, and
Yeah.
there ain't no way of me getting that stuff off without
Yeah.
losing
Yep.
it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
They're really
yeah.
handy. I
So,
always.
Christina
When you
says
go, it's
make sure
okay.
I get the right size. Well, see, the regular SD cards, if I get it for like what Drew has there, and then the one with the mini, see, this one has the mini, and then you just put that little mini SD card inside it to fit in here
Yeah.
because this is an adapter for it. So, yeah, I'll have to look
What
into
is
that
the
and see.
biggest
It might
size
just,
memory
I
card
think
you can
that's
get?
the
Is
same
it
as
like a
this one.
60
That's the
something
same as that.
gigabyte in it? And is your biggest one? Or is there bigger?
No, you can get bigger. You
64.
get
Well, I think
126, 125,
Oh,
128.
I
wow.
think. Yeah, 128. Yeah,
128,
you
I
get
think.
128.
Like,
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
like the little banks. You know, like you have your little, you can get the little square black banks that you can stick into your
Right.
laptop and it takes all your stuff off. I've got like 2 of them, but they're not all
This
right when
one's
you're out on an
256.
investigation using your phone and that. You can't use
Yeah.
them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's what's in. Yeah, that's what's in
yeah,
It
this
two
too.
says
That's
two
from the
256.
25D,
GoPro.
3D, 325D. What's that? I'm getting a bit confused there.
I don't know what you're looking at.
D.
Oh,
The one that
they're not
Parafossil's saying.
2.5D, 3D. I don't know. Ours don't go by. Ours
Yeah.
don't go by D's.
No,
No,
do.
I just
go
go
with the
26 gigabyte or 32
Yeah.
gigabyte. Like I just
Yeah.
go normal carding.
Right.
That's when it gets complicated. I don't do complicated.
I think it goes.
Yeah.
It goes. I think 4. You get 2, 4, 6 gigabytes. You can do 8, and then it jumps to I think 12 and 16, 18.
Yeah, 12,
like
16, 18, and then it's 20
then
something.
64 and 128 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're handy to have. I've got loads of memory cards. Some of them don't let you put in the camcorder. That is the only thing. Some of these cheap ones that you get like off of eBay and different places like that, like the yellow ones and things,
Right.
that will not go
That's
into
not
my
it.
camcorder.
He's not on about memory cards. He's on about the spiritual realm. 3D is made of many levels into fourth dimensional levels.
Oh, okay. So he's
Alright,
on a different
okay.
subject than we were on.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we got it.
We
now.
got completely confused then. We're talking about memory cards and you're talking about different levels. We're like, huh?
I thought it was like a UK thing or some other kind of thing.
I always say that. I must be an American
If you'd have put dimensional levels underneath that, we would have known what you was going on about. But I was just like,
yeah, 3D is made of many levels into fourth. Yeah,
I think
yeah, we got
we're in
all
another
that.
dimension, Alan.
He was confusing us. Okay, we're easily confused. Now you
we're
know.
all on different dimensions. Believe me, we have to be in this community. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was probably like, what is? I don't even know what that is either. That was funny.
Anybody rewatching this, we were talking about 2 separate conversations. Alan's in the chat.
We were talking about SD cards and using them to do our paranormal, and lovely Alan in the room decided to start going on about dimensional divisions.
No difference. No difference.
Yeah, so does anybody else have any other questions for us? So if you have questions, we'll hang on here and answer them. My husband, I'm sure, is getting skinnier by the minute. He's starving to death.
Yeah, oh, poor Lee. Debbie's asking about the fourth dimension, Sharon. You want to give her a quick explanation?
Well, you've got all like your different dimension. I mean, you've got your spiritual dimension. You've got your dimensions for, like, for me, like a fourth dimension, a third dimension. To me, from what I've been able to pick up on, is a lot to do with like the extraterrestrial and out of space sort of dimensions, and then you've got the other levels that are your spiritual levels. I don't really go into like dimensional sides. I just knew it through my spirituality. You've got like the third dimension, you've got the fourth dimension, you've got the fifth dimension, like, which are normally like your space and your UFOs and whatever. Then you've got your first, second, and third dimension, which is your spiritual dimension. But there are so many dimensions out there in the world that it's just not calculated at just that. That, you know, I believe
terabytes a lot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in spiritual realms. There's 1, 2, and all of that is in the world as well, out there in space. There isn't just a 1 to 5 dimension. There are hundreds and thousands of dimensions that all intertwine. And I do believe that energies from different places like that. I do believe that the extraterrestrial energies and things that are related are actually connected to the spiritual realm, because it is known that sometimes a dimensional being from another planet or something like that can actually entwine when people die, because if you've got some sort of connection or something, they can bring that energy into their realm. So I believe that all dimensions, even though we're very different and we're slightly parted from each other, we're not. We're all in one thing, so we can travel to each dimension. We can be with each dimension. You know what I mean? We're not just stuck to one dimension. We can go to any dimension we want once we're in spirit, in my opinion. And you can do that living as well. I go to alien dimensions. I go to spiritual dimensions. So it's all in here, and it's belief.
Do you think when you die then that you could go see the aliens?
Yeah, I do believe that sometimes they manipulate and actually bring some of you over. Because if you think about it, we are actually connected to extraterrestrial, right? A lot of people do believe that they are part of our creators, okay, that they are part of that.
I
So
believe that.
they have
I
got that
believe.
energy to be able to communicate with us, whether we're in this world or we're in the spiritual realm. And I do believe that they zap in at times, like, 'cause there's certain energies when you cross, you're not supposed to go straight to heaven. You're meant to go to heaven in your new dimension, which is maybe the third or the fourth dimension with the ETs. Or
Yeah.
some of us have come here, we've chose to come here, but we've still got a life up there waiting. So when we die, that we're reincarnated back to our world. You know what I
It
mean? So
definitely is a wondrous and scary
yeah.
place, though. But yeah,
It
just
is.
always
It's a
try and
beautiful
see the
place. It's a
positive in
beautiful
everything.
place.
That's
I
what I
hope you
try
could
and do.
understand what I'm saying, but you kind of put me straight on the spot there. Didn't give
Yeah.
me.
Maybe we can
Yeah.
do a stream on it, guys. Is it something you would like us to dive further into? Let us
I
know.
am. I am going to be bringing back all my
See,
extraterrestrial
the
stuff and
more, the
dimensional
more you,
stuff. So I think it
yeah,
will. Yeah.
the more
Yeah.
you are open spiritually, the more you see, the higher you go up.
Mhm.
It's pretty much an easy way to put it.
It depends
If
on
you're, if,
where you are at in your evolution. To be honest, your
right,
evolution and your
depend,
devolution, we've all got a spiritual connection. We all come from the same
Yeah.
creators. We've all got the ability to go to anywhere that we want to. It's
I
just
was just thinking
sometimes
that when we die,
we're put in certain places for a reason. You know what I mean? But it doesn't
for
mean you
those
can't connect to the
people
others.
that for those people that doubt that aliens are alive, I'm thinking they're going to get a shock when they cross over,
They
then,
are
aren't
living. I sent a video the other day that my partner's brother and his wife caught on camera.
they?
This ship changed from a triangle shape to a squared shape in the sky. People were trying to say that, oh, that was a satellite. That was not a satellite. You could
You
tell
can
that was
tell
not a
the
satellite or any
difference.
sort of anything. And it was
Yeah,
so low. And I have experiences with extraterrestrial. I've been to their dimensions. I've been inside their spaceships. I know they exist.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's so much evidence out there now. You cannot dispute it. All you have to do is even turn on the normal television and go to a Pacific channel and you can see
Astral
all the
travel
evidence.
interests me. Astral travelers are really, really amazing, but you have to be really careful when you're
See,
doing
I'm
it
the
because you
same,
can
Doba.
easily get lost or get
you,
stuck, and
yes,
you
I
have
was
to have
gonna say
certain
that.
links. I do that. Because I astral project, but I have a link with my guides, and I also have a chain that keeps me connected to this planet, this plane, so that I don't get lost. But
They
you can
tell you
still
to
go
tie
in
your
there and
leg
get,
to the bed
yeah.
and things, don't they? To get a ribbon and tie your leg to like a bedpost or your arm to the bedpost and things, and then
But
that kind of gives you
yeah,
a solid.
some people do,
Yeah,
but in the end, if you've been doing it for quite a while, you get a spiritual chain that links you to this realm and that place that you're going to. So that will follow us. And obviously, if you've got spirit guides and that, they go with you because they have.
yeah,
What you've got to realize is when you're astral projecting, even if you're in your spirit form, they know that you're alive. They can feel
yeah,
and see that you have a living body still, which is what makes you attracted to them. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, oh, she's not dead.
yeah.
Because you've
Well,
got a certain light you give off when you're in that plane, even though you're in your spirit form. So there are things that has to be linked to make sure that you're safe, because some of the energies there will try to grab you. And if they get your spirit, you ain't coming back out.
mm.
So,
Yeah,
that's not
you
something to
have
go
to
Wow,
into
Iron.
you have to
There
be
you
if you
go.
don't
very, very
understand it.
careful because I've heard too many stories of people getting
Yeah,
lost and couldn't get back to their bodies and they were
yeah.
terrified. And when they finally did, they decided, that's not for
See,
me.
that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared that I would get lost out there
And
somewhere.
the thing is people think, hang on a minute, does that mean that our bodies die? No, what it means is that if your spirit gets lost in that realm, then these energies can come through what you've got and take your body over.
Yeah,
You know what I
end
mean?
up
So
with possession.
it's very dangerous if you don't understand it. Don't just start trying to astro project and stuff, guys. You've got to really learn and educate about it. Make sure you've got your
Lady Wolf, I
guides
think,
there.
Lady Owl, sorry, I think you would have to do some meditation on that if you want.
Exactly,
What about
Sherry.
getting past being afraid of vampires? Try and meditate on that and try and find out what made that fear.
It's getting past being do you know,
Ask your
vampires are just
things.
energy, they're energy spirits, okay? Vampires are
Yeah.
energy spirits that feed on your energy, your emotions, and things like that. So the first thing you really need to do is putting your energy into keeping yourself protected and stuff, because that is a lot what they attract to. They attract to your energy, they attract to the way that you think and the way that you act and the way that you do things, okay? So doing that, like Sister Drew said, meditation would be really good. It will put a shield up around you. It will also maybe help you to understand them a little bit more, because when you hear the word vampire, you automatically presume that they're all really bad, and you should not all of them. They're not all bad. There's different reasons to why they're here, but
You've maybe had an experience
be
in a
careful.
past
Yeah,
life or something.
maybe you've been connected to something, and that's why they're trying to reach out to you. So just meditating and working on that and putting a shield around you. Doing some research and looking up on them.
Yeah.
Like, just put spiritual vampires. Don't put vampire, because you'll be getting all bloody films and stuff coming up with Dracula.
You'll end up with Johnny Depp. No, Johnny Depp. What's that guy that did the vampire? You'll end up with him on your screen.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice for that, Mystical?
Well, I was going to say a little bit contrary to what Sherry said, there are vampires out there that will take your blood.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
we won't get in.
Mhm.
We won't get into that too much here because we will probably get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, no, we
If
don't want to
I-
go. That's why I
if I-
didn't mention it,
yeah.
but there is.
Yeah, yeah. If I
Yeah.
go there, so just know, just always protect yourself, whether it's in the physical form or the spiritual form. And
Yeah,
you'll
exactly.
Be okay.
That's why I said
I'm a
put
great
protection
believer
up
in
around you,
research.
because they
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
I've
And
had it on
and
my
like-
shows where I've had spirits saying, "I want to bite your neck," so they are definitely
Yeah.
definitely
so,
around.
like Iron said, on the fear thing, if you fear something, what you need to do before you take it to the next level is figure out, why do you fear it? What is it that causes you to fear it? Maybe there's not even a reason for you to fear, but a way for you to get away from it, to protect yourself. You want to figure that part out. Then
Definitely
you'll start
try and do
knowing
some
what you need to
meditation.
do.
And ask your guides. Remember, your guides are there to help you in anything. Your
Fear
guides
is your
are
worst enemy
ask.
in this field. Fear, you don't want to have fear for anything that you're looking at. You've got to learn to not have that fear, because that means that you're in
Research.
control.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
And
research and stuff.
Dobby Socks, I totally agree with you. Where she says, yes, mystical, there's a special name for them. I'm not going to put that statement up on
Yeah.
the screen.
Yeah, no, we're not.
But
No.
she knows exactly
Yeah.
where we're coming from on
Yeah.
that one.
Definitely do research at it
Yeah.
all and try and figure out what type of vampire you're scared this fear
Yeah,
is
energy
coming
vampires. Energy vampires are, they're a spirit that feeds off energy, and that they don't feed off blood or anything. They feed off energy. They feed off, your emotions, things like that. But the ones that
Yeah.
we're stating briefly here are the complete opposite,
Yeah.
and they're not something to discuss on here. Like, yeah, definitely not.
Definitely do a lot of research and try and figure out where the fear's coming from. Meditate. I can't really meditate, so I always tell people to meditate, and I can't really do it myself, but definitely try and meditate. I daydream. I go into daydreams and things, and I
But
do
you do
believe
meditate,
it's like
sis.
meditation.
Daydream. Like, everybody thinks when you're meditating, it means you shut your eyes and you go really deep. Meditation is in many forms. It's not just sitting there and laying there and going really deep into your mind. Meditation is done in many forms. You sitting there and just going into a daydream and thinking about something is you meditating, okay? You can still
I do believe
get
that as
effects
well.
and energies from doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
people
the
don't-
more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People don't understand that a form of meditation is daydreaming. So
It
if you
is,
say,
yeah.
God, I daydream a lot, I guarantee you're meditating, because you're closing
See, when
off
I
what's
was
around
younger-
you, and you're just
It is.
focusing on
Even
what's
dreams
here.
are a form of meditation. They are taking you to places. Like a lot of people, when you see your dreams, you think they're just like random things, and they're just not. They're not real. But a lot of your dreams are real. They're things you're seeing and visiting.
I
and
think
things
most
like
of
that.
my answers in a daydream. When
Yeah.
I was younger, I couldn't wait half the time to be myself, so I could just sit and daydream away. Honestly, I can even remember right now I'm picturing myself on the swings where we used to stay at Braxfield Terrace. And sometimes I would just be that annoyed in the house. I would take the dog a walk and I would just sit on the swing and daydream for hours.
So
It's
you were
it's a fact,
meditating.
Christina. It's a
Yeah.
fact that if you sit there and you're daydreaming, you are meditating. All you got to do is, if you know that you do that a lot, right, then put your spiritual music on, put your incense and stuff on, because the more that you do that, the more deeper you'll get, and you'll start to realise that you
Definitely
can
worth it.
focus and go into sleep and do it that way, or like close your eyes and do it. The more you practice, the more you learn, and you've got to trust in what you're doing as well. If you're going to be sitting
Yeah.
there going, "Am I actually meditating?" You're not going to go anywhere. You've got to let your mind be free and relaxed.
You
Okay,
need to start doing your
you know,
meditation streams
I
again,
am doing that.
sis.
I'm going to be doing a regular, starting to do regular ones on my channel for that.
Keep an eye out
Definitely.
on Sherry's channel, which is PWI, and the next time she's doing a meditation, try and come in and she talks you through how to do it and things and relaxes you. So
Even
definitely
as
try
much
and
as
come
this,
in.
like, watch this, yeah. Watch this, okay, right? Just start. You don't even have to close your eyes. Just sitting there and you'll notice that you're slipping in something, but your eyes are open. That's even a form of meditation, when you're slipping in and your eyes are open. You're still seeing things, but you're going into your mind. You're still
Yeah.
you're meditating. You don't need to close your eyes to do that. You know what I mean?
Music
You
helps.
can stare at one
Music.
little dot on the wall and stare at it till your eyes go all funky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll just
Mm-hmm.
start. My eyes are
If you got
already
any more
funky and
questions,
there's blood
guys, because
spot
I'll
on
need
it.
to go and make Liam's supper, and I do believe Lee's hungry as well. Our
It was
Mr. Lee.
meditation that introduced me to the animal spirit guide. Yes, and meditation is a very strong point for going
Mhm.
into any sort of communication with spirit guides, whether it's animal or it's your human types. You know, meditation is a really good form of way to reach out to those that are your
Tell
soul
Dobby
helpers.
I'm like that. I like my
Yeah,
incense on.
yeah.
Dobby saying
I think it's
incense is
easier.
something I seem to
I
need
think
to feel safe.
I
Sometimes
think if
sounds
you
daft,
sit
but I
there and
have
you
sometimes here. Yeah, I'm the same, sis. I
I think
like to
when you
have
So
just
my
sit there and you
incense
just
on.
try to meditate, it doesn't work
so
like that if you do that.
if
I
if
think you do need to have
yeah.
certain sounds and smells and things around you to help you. You need to have something to stabilize your mind. You know what I mean? Something
Yeah.
to take away all of what's going on around you in public. Because a lot of people do that. They go, "Oh, I just sat there and tried to do it." I was like, "Yeah, but you could still hear what was going on outside. You
Yeah.
could hear all of the palaver. You're not messing with mine. That's why I say put music and incense and stuff on. It takes you out of
Yeah, you've got to go into
that area.
yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And they do say
I
that
will
if
be doing
something
so.
from your daily life pops in, if something from your daily life pops in, don't try and push it away. Acknowledge it, and then it'll
Not
slowly
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Or
Acknowledge it and
don't try.
accept
Oh,
it
I
and
can't do
work with it.
this. Just let it go.
And I'm going
So
to
does
be doing a
anybody have
meditation stream this Sunday. I know I've got to do a crossing. I do my crossing first. I'm going to do my meditation before I do my crossing, because I want to make sure I've got loads of energy. I've got loads of spirits going over Sunday. So check out for me on Sunday, because I'll be doing that. I am also going to be starting up classes and stuff on how to use your abilities and how to do them safely, and some of the
That'll be cool.
exercises you can do to help you to do that safely. So I'm going to be starting them up.
I'll need to check your channel out, Gothic Demoness. I'll do it after my
Yeah, she's
stream
new,
now
I
on my
think. I've
phone.
not seen her
Yeah,
before. I'm going to check her out as well.
I
Yeah.
definitely check out everybody, guys.
yeah, everybody subscribe and subscribe to Drew, subscribe to Sherry. We all have channels that are very interesting. I'm sure we all have something that will catch your eye and want you to come back and watch again. Does anybody have any more questions? We'll wait like a couple minutes, and if not, then we'll go ahead
Do you
and
know
end
what?
it. But we'll wait
We
first.
before we start our shows, like random shows like this, our lovely sister Mystical always wonders what we're going to talk about, and we just go, "Let it go with the flow, sis," because it
Yeah,
always
don't
comes out,
feel.
because we go so well, we gel good together. You know what I mean? It just it explodes.
I think
Yeah,
sometimes the best plans never work
yeah,
either. You always
exactly.
set off with a plan and it
Going
always
with the
goes to the
flow,
left.
just let it
Sorry,
come.
left.
Just go with the flow. I think that the shows that are not planned and that go the best. I think they're the
Yeah.
best shows ever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah, I
with
always
that.
say, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about?
She done it
Shannon is
today.
like,
She
well,
comes on and goes, well, I ain't
whatever.
got a clue what we're going to talk about. What should we talk about? We said, just go with the flow, sis. You know something's just going to come in the chit chat and get us going.
Mine's is
And
Drew's
here we are.
Abandoned Paranormal Vlog. Sherry's is PWI Spiritual Investigations.
You can
If
still
one of them
put
was really
Paranormal
pop
World
up,
Investigators. You
but
can
then
still
I'll
put
put links
Paranormal
up,
World
guys.
Investigators on it, though, if you don't remember that one. It does. If you still put the old name in there, it still comes up with that channel.
Right.
It's still
I'll
on there.
put the links in.
Yeah,
Right,
because
give
one
me
of
a
yours
second.
comes up something TV or something on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, this is my one first, right? Just because I was on my
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah. Just check all of us out, guys. We've all got really, really cool channels, and we've all got things that you can learn from and you'll find interesting. Sister Mystical, for instance, does her garden and her magical work, and she does paranormal. Sister Drew does witchcraft and does investigations, and she's learning and practicing as a shaman like I am. I do the same. I'm a shaman in practice. I'm a witch. I do investigations. We are trying. I'm going to attempt to try and do a little garden like Mystical, but I'm just really scared I'm going to kill all of my plants because that's the only thing I'm not good at. Is keeping a plant.
Before I started this, I killed cactus, Sherry. So
yeah,
I'm learning too.
You should.
That's
You
so amazing.
you know those Chinese trees that you have. You shouldn't be able to
Bonsai,
kill them. I killed one of them. That's how bad I am.
That looks after itself.
You know what I mean? Terrible.
Yeah, so
I would
I'm
be the
learning.
same, Sherry.
Yeah, I just watch 100 videos. I'll take a little this, a little this, a little this, a little this, and try to incorporate it in what I think I can handle.
Yeah, well, Sister Mystical was the same at one point, but she's doing really amazing in her garden. So we can all learn from Sister Mystical and go along with Sister Mystical as she gets better and better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and
we've got
Phoenix
some
and
hope.
friends have to start posting videos as well because they've done gardens and things. So there's something for everybody, is my point.
There is. There's, you know, you're going to find something you love on all of our channels.
Better get Uncle Danny's channel because you'll want to check him out.
Tracy Bones Inspectors, definitely. Go and check him out.
Yeah, we'll wait till you get them up, Drew.
Yeah, we'll get Uncle Danny up.
And Christina in the room. Christina got.
Yeah, make sure you check out Christina.
All of the people in the room, they're awesome. Check each other out.
Yeah, this is Uncle Danny. I think he must be his doctor's appointment because
he did. Because I asked him yesterday, "Are you going to be coming onto it?" And he did say, "Yeah," but he said he had a doctor's appointment. But obviously, you know,
he must be running late, or he's been good busy,
or he's got back and he's had a nap because he was tired.
Or he's lurking.
Or he's.
Are you lurking, Uncle Daniel?
Lurking. Yeah. Are you lurking?
Pups. He always says, "I'm napping. I win."
Yeah, I love it when he says that because I say yes.
Oh, he goes nap time. Gone. It's like he's got.
Yeah. And he puts it in a big old post.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. That's
so you don't disturb him. That's so you don't disturb him. you know. If there's no more question, guys, I'm going to have to go and make my son supper. It is nearly quarter to 11.
We've been on nearly 2 hours. We've been on nearly 2 hours, so it's been a good show.
We're going to let y'all go. We want to thank everybody for coming in. We really, really do appreciate it. Check out all our channels. If you get bored, you got something you want to do. If you just want to share and watch channels, if you're going to go take a shower or something, put one of our channels on a playlist and let it run. Give us those viewing hours.
Please do it with Mystical because we need to get them monetized, guys.
So
yeah, please do it.
This lady. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, how come you can do that and get me right? Mine's always the opposite.
Yeah, not that way.
No, I don't. I have to look, and then I have to remember if you do it. So like, I just go like that, and then you've got Sister Drew, which is
up.
So if I do that, Drew, am I pointing at you
Sister
or
Drew,
my opposite?
Sister Mystical. Yeah, no, that's the thing that does confuse me. You've got Sister Drew. Sister Mystical.
We'll give up. They're up there somewhere.
I do like this. I'll just hit it all directions. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Bye, guys.
We had a blast. And catch us on the next one.
Love and
Bye.
light.
Everybody.
Merry parting.